when we talk about misinformation, we need to address the misinformation campaign that has been, only 24 hours happening on Pete Hegseth, who is, on its way to be confirmed as Secretary of Defense. But we have this. We have this portal saying this. New Pete Hegseth, former sister-in-law, said that his ex-wife feared for her safety. The Defense Secretary nominee denies the claims, but the fact is that every single portal or mainstream media or any company, broadcasting company that is addressing this, they're making sure to bury the fact that Hegseth, ex-wife, actually came forward to say that none of this was true, that none of this was true. In fact, you have the community notes right here. Hegseth's second wife, Samantha Hegseth, denied the allegations in a statement to NBC on Tuesday. There was no physical abuse in my marriage, she said in a statement. I do not believe your information to be accurate, and I have copied or CC'd my lawyer, Samantha Hegseth told NBC. This is the kind of things that they try to do, the mainstream media, to sway the public opinion. Again, we are also talking about manipulation, always talking about manipulation in this channel. It's not only common sense, but the way that all these portals, not only people, but the mainstream media try to manipulate the masses. And in this case, we also see another example in here. Ryan Nobles, why was the statement from Hegseth's second wife, there was no physical abuse in my marriage, disregarded in your coverage? Like they are making this clip or they're addressing the accusations, but they fail to mention what Hegseth's second wife said herself. Her statement. They purposefully leave that part out. So the narrative seems like, oh, right, yeah, this is about, he was abusive. His sister-in-law already came forward to say that he was abusive. And we can see here, at least we can see here in NBC News in the report, the headline, senators receive affidavit containing new allegations against Pete Hegseth, who denies the claims, but they failed to include at least, okay? In the title, I'm going to say maybe the backlash helped. The backlash helped because they included in the subtitle or the subheadline, the former sister-in-law of Trump's defense secretary Pete said that Hegseth made his second wife fear for her safety. Hegseth's second wife said, there was no physical abuse in my marriage. One thing is, at least they included that in the subheadline, but you have to scroll a bit down to find, in an email response Monday, Samantha Hegseth said, first and foremost, I have not and will not comment on my marriage to Pete Hegseth. I do not have representatives speaking on my behalf, nor have I ever asked anyone to share or speak about the details of my marriage on my behalf, whether it be a reporter, a committee member, a transition team member, etc. She added, I do not believe your information to be accurate, and I have CC'd my lawyer. Asked what information was not accurate and for comment on the affidavit, she replied on Tuesday, there was no physical abuse in my marriage. This is the only further statement I will make to you. I have let you know that I will not speak on my marriage to Pete. Please respect this decision. I can imagine, because this is very common, and this is a reality as well. And in some instances, I'm not saying that this is a reality in this instance, that there are other forms of abuse. We have talked in this show about psychological abuse, but we have no record of that. And for some reason, we understand, for some reason, Samantha Hegseth is coming forward to set the record straight about the affidavit. And for some reason, of course, the reason that we all know, the mainstream media is making sure to hide as much as possible that part of the story. In fact, thanks to Lives of TikTok, the New York Times, which, well, we already know the credibility and the track record of the New York Times. The New York Times posted this disgusting hit piece on Pete Hegseth, requiring you to scroll to the bottom of a paywall article just to find out Pete's ex-wife denied the abuse claims. These journalists are sick. And how do they manage the headline? Hegseth, ex-sister-in-law, tells senators he was abusive to second wife. A woman once married to the brother of Pete Hegseth, the defense secretary nominee, submitted a sworn statement to the Senate in a late-hour complication to his confirmation. His attorney denied her account. You know that they are going to do anything that they can. I believe that the current vote is 15-14. That is the last thing that I knew. Maybe tomorrow we will get something more definitive. And we got people, journalists on X, trying to, we have the big scoop about this. We have the big scoop. Senators receive affidavit containing new allegations against Pete Hegseth, who denies the claims. But of course, they will hide the Samantha Hegseth, setting this record straight. And we need to call them out, as Henry Rogers said here. Okay, you hide that. You hide the part. You failed to mention the part of this. What is the problem with this kind of stuff? That many people don't read beyond the headline. And the fact that most people don't read beyond the headline, that's how hoaxes are created. The very fine people hoax was created that way. The bloodbath hoax was created that way. Is that people never went beyond a headline manipulated to mislead the public opinion into, Trump said that if he didn't become a president, there was going to be a bloodbath. No, it was a metaphorical bloodbath because he was talking about China auto manufacturing. It was China was going to take over American car manufacturing. That was going to be a bloodbath, but they left that part out. This is the same strategy. They're trying to sway the public opinion and, of course, use the public opinion to apply pressure on the senators in a misleading way. This is the kind of things that we need to fight so many times. We have to make a stand against misinformation. Doesn't matter which way it goes, because there's so much misinformation out there that my job is to make sure that you learn how to spot these inconsistencies and go to the source and maybe check on some sources, or maybe come to my show and I will show you the sources. I will give you my opinions, and you can reach your own conclusions by yourself. And also make sure to leave your opinion and your conclusions in the comments. Let's highlight the live chat again, because our live chat is the greatest live chat that has existed since the dawn of humanity.